Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 19. This is Lily at the Snowman's Reindeer Farm that me and my oldest daughter went, and we took the 3 kids. And I really love this. It's like a cartoon reindeer that you see in the photo. And I really wanted to kind of mimic that and kind of draw one. So that's what I'm doing now. It's kind of messy, but in the end, it really turns out cute, and I really like it, the details and stuff. So that's what you see me doing here, and I am doing it in pencil, but it kind of looks like a monkey at first. But, yeah, it turns out okay. But I always, like, if I want to sketch something out that matches something in the photo, I always draw it on white paper. That way I can cut it out onto my cardstock or, whatever. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm drawing out the antlers and the eyes and all that. If I was talented enough, I would play music while I'm doing this, but I don't. I mean, I could play music at the end of my videos now, which that's a plus because I didn't used to be able to do that, but thanks to my friend Becky for showing me how to do this Power Director, I wouldn't know how if it wasn't for friends, scrappy friends. So here you see me. I think that's his big red nose, kind of like a Rudolph, So I'm cutting it out of some scrap paper. I love using my scraps. If there's a little piece, I can make it into a layout and use it for something. So I never throw away my scraps because you just never know. And I hate cutting into big 12 by 12 sheets of paper. So I have all my Christmas shopping done. Finally. I'm trying to wrap just a little bit at a time and then come sit down, and yeah, so maybe I'll have my daughter come over and she can help me wrap. I used to love it, but I just, when you don't feel good, everything's a chore anymore. But I think the kids will be happy with what they're getting. I can't wait to see their faces. So look at those big eyes. Like in the photo, there's like some orange around the black. And I was going to cut a little oval out of paper and put there. But I just went ahead and put the black in there. But I get out my water pen and I use my Close to My Heart stamps, which I love. I love all their ink pads. And I bought the White Daisy white, and it is so like pigmented with ink. White ink. I really love it. So I am gluing the antlers on. So it's kind of cute. I'm going to take some of that White Daisy ink, and I'm going to use my water brush, and later on you'll see me put a little white on his nose. So I put this on some gray wood grain, and then I ended up taking it off, or not taking it off. I leave that on, but I wanted like a darker background. The reason why I picked the blue paper is because it had snowflakes, and in the photo you can see it's blue with white snowflakes too. So I'm showing you the presents that are in the photos. That striped one matches that box just perfect. So I thought about putting the paper underneath, just making one present, and then I get to looking at it and I'm like, do I really want to be creative and make all those presents and stack them up? So here I go. I made the bottom one and I couldn't find any stars, but I bought these. I went to a Catholic grade school, and the nuns there would always put these kind of stars on your paper, like for a good job and stuff, but I found these at Goodwill. And so I'm using that, and I know the blue is darker than the blue to match the one in the photo, but in the end, it really looks good. So that is how I'm going to stack the presents. And I glued all that together offline. Like the top present, I had to cut some strips and crisscross them. And, yeah. Have you guys ever made a cake where the stacks were tilted like this? When at my old job, I used to make cakes, big party cakes, and I had a order that I had to slant each cake like I'm stacking those presents. So, but boy, that was fun to do. So on this next present, it's little circles, and I will show you a close-up of all that toward the end, but the next box has all those little dots, so I used my enamel dots. And then the next one is just the striped paper, and then the one with the orange and red. So it turned out pretty cute. And it really mimics the, I don't know if mimics even a word, but alright, so I am getting out this orange and this nectarine color, and I am just going around the black circle, and it gives that little orange detail to the deer. And I know that was fast when I showed it to you, but I'm going over the antlers. And then after I get that on there, I get out my white. And I put a big blob. It's pretty big. I wish I didn't do it that big, but it's alright. So I love that ink. So in the photo, there's a tag at the top of the present, and it says the name of the farm. It says Snowman's Reindeer Farm, and it just has it kind of going off the present. And so I got in my stash, and I dug out the, I think it's Doodlebug Little Bite. Yeah, didn't that turn out good? I wish I had a small alphabet stamp set, and I could have stamped them, but those letters really show it pretty good. So I wanted to put the two photos up top, but then I had this empty block, it seemed like, at the bottom of the page. So, in order to make my layout stand out a little bit, I go ahead and get some red cardstock out, and I glue it again on top of that. And this is where I decide to put my photos kind of one down and one up. And then I cut off the edges. And then I just do a little cluster. This little girl looked just like Lily, and she had a red dress on. And I thought it went perfect with this layout. I love these little people. So here I am again using these trees from Hip Kit, and I love them. So I add enamel dots, and that is it for this layout. I want to thank you all for all your sweet comments. I really enjoyed reading them. I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, bye-bye.